Some 3, 4 years ago, I am in the vehicle of a friend, David. David is a very, very speedy driver, and I don't like speed. So we are on the highway, and at some point in time, David maneuvers the steering wheel in a way that I felt was a little bit reckless, as he actually skidded the car off the lane for a couple seconds before finding its way back. And like I said, I found that to be reckless. And so I reprimand him for that. I rebuke him for that. And I was like, bro, you gotta take it slow. To which David's reaction was a little bit shocking to me. This brother burst out laughing. He just laughs and laughs and laughs, boisterously, for like 2 minutes, I'd say. And when he was finally done laughing, he turned to me and said, Brother K, we are all dying soon. And I was like, what the hell do you mean? You'd better speak for yourself. Because as far as I am concerned, I'm not. And I didn't find whatever I was trying to say funny, and so I kind of brushed it aside and we moved on. And of course, forgot about that. That was like 3, 4 years ago. Life went on. Anyways, last night, I got on a call with one of my best friends from childhood. We're just going to call him P. And P lives on a different continent as me. And P is one of those friends who we don't get to talk that often. We don't talk like on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. We could go for months without talking. But whenever we do get on a call, it's just pure magic. It's all paradise break loose. It's friendship in its every essence. And remember, this is one of my best friends from childhood. We started off from elementary school. So I get on the phone with P. And as always, we were on the phone for a little bit over 2 hours. And we talked and we laughed and reminisced. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment as always with my friend P. And so when we're done talking, I just lay in bed, hoping to fall asleep. And as I lay there in bed, in the dark and quiet of the night, reflecting on the call I just had with my friend P, something suddenly hit me. It suddenly dawned on me that every conversation I just had with P, every experience I had just relived with P, every topic we had talked on, all the people and all the names we had mentioned were stemming from our childhood days. In other words, we're talking about experiences going back beyond 30 years. Because P and I had only been together through elementary school. And when it came time for middle school, we had gone different directions. But you see, P and I had had a very, very fun childhood. We did everything together. We went to school together. We studied together. We went to church together. We became altar servants together. We basically had a childhood together, P and myself. And it was fun. So I'm lying in bed and I'm like, so it's been 30 years and more since all this happened? Since we had all these experiences? 30 years and more? And it literally feels like yesterday? Or like 3 years ago at most? It feels like yesterday. It feels like 3 weeks ago. It feels like 3 months ago. It feels like 3 years ago at the most. But you want to tell me it's been 30 years and more gone? What happened to time? Where did time vanish to? And so I sit there asking myself these questions in total disbelief because I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't put a finger to where time disappeared to. I just couldn't make sense of it all. And in the state of utter disbelief, something clicks in my mind. I remember the words of David and I repicture the scene as he said, Brother K, we are all dying soon. And so suddenly it dawned on me that David was right. My friend David must have been right some 3-4 years ago. Not right in the sense that we are dying soon, as in soon, soon, or as in tomorrow. No, which of course is also a possibility, but no, not in that sense. But he must have been right in the sense that all time is soon. In other words, whatever time we all got left is soon, because here I am, not being able to make sense of where 30 plus years went to. 30 plus years went by like 3 years. It flew like the wind. And what it tells me is that the next 30, 50, 70, or even 100 years will be flying by like weeks and months. It'll be flying by like the wind. So, whatever anyone chooses to do with this information is up to them. But the reality I've come to is that time is flying by. Time in itself is a mystery. And it just may be the case that my friend David was correct. We all are dying soon.